Hello friends, welcome back. You are watching day 5 of our 13 days of Halloween series here at Polly's Paper Studio. Now, if you're just getting started, you can find links for the first 4 days at the top of the description so you can get caught up. For today, I am making my second project as guest design team member for September for Renea Bouquets, and this beautiful Get Lost Under the Spell of the Moon Halloween decor frame was created with all of the beautiful supplies that they graciously sent to me. So this has a very fun interactive element and lots of beautiful layering and florals. So thank you so much to Renee from Renea Bouquets for allowing me to join the team for September. I had a lot of fun creating my projects, so stick with me and we will make this one together. So for today's project, we're using the Spellbound Forest. This is a hot buy pad from Michaels, and unfortunately the cover came off, so I just brought this down instead of the whole tablet. But this has a very sort of goth inspired, a little bit darker, not exactly Halloween, but it worked perfectly for my Halloween projects. And I was very surprised at the quality of the paper for this. Even though they were single-sided, they were very thick and very nice to work with. I'm also going to be utilizing this frame that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if they carry this size all the time, but this worked perfectly for my project, and it is just like a particle board, so it's very sturdy and dimensional, which is nice. I like the buffalo plaid on the corner, so I'm not going to cover those, but I think if you find one from the Dollar Tree, you could easily cover the edges as well if it didn't match your project. And this happens to be just about 8 inches, a little bit more, and I don't know what the sizes they carry all the time are, but you could probably find one similar and then adjust to fit the size that you have. So we're going to use this as a base, and I have my pattern paper here selected to match my beautiful board witch, and I went ahead and I layered that over top of a silver cardstock because I just wanted to have that extra detail, and it creates a nice finishing edge. So I'm just laying this on my frame, and like I mentioned, it's not perfectly 8 inches, so a little bit of that plaid's going to show, but that is okay with me. And so here is our first layer down, and I'm going to top it with this beautiful moon and stars with the metallic gold. That foiling always adds a lot of nice extra sparkle. This is cut so that I have a very generous border of that sort of burgundy going all the way around it. And this layer is flat, again, because I need to have a flat surface for my beautiful boards. So I've got my cobweb corners here. I'm going to adhere one to each of these corners. I finished those with my black embossing powder. That's just a Ranger embossing powder, and it gave me a beautiful finish. So I'm going to just very carefully apply my Tombow to the back of this beautiful board so that I don't get a lot of it splooging out. I'm going to add this very carefully to the corner without wiggling it around at all so that I don't get any of that adhesive coming out from underneath of the beautiful board. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of pressure while that glue sets up. And I'm going to adhere this corner the same as the first. Okay, now I get to add a little bit of dimension, and I took one of the cut aparts from that paper pad. This was a 6x6 cut apart, and I generally do not get to use those because they're very large, but it works perfectly for this project. It has a little bit of blue in it, which is nice because I added that to my shaker, and it also has beautiful foiled detail. So I did put this one up on that spacer, and that's going right in the center. So I'm going to bring in a couple of the elements for this so that I can position them correctly. And the first thing is this beautiful shaker. This was the Snow Globe shaker box. Now there were a fair amount of pieces to assemble to create this, but it was very easy, and Renee already has a very thorough tutorial on her website for this, so I'm just gonna drop a link in the description for that so you can watch her assemble it. Very easy, much easier than you think, and the dimension is amazing. You get to add quite a lot of filler, which makes them more fun. And so I just put my iridescent pearls, my glass beads, and then 2 of the spiders from this beautiful board set inside. And I finished my actual shaker box with a combination of watering can and also this mermaid tails embossing powder, just to get a kind of mottled look. I wanted it to have a little bit of interest and detail. And then all of my shaker parts on the inside are moving around very easily because it's so nice and thick. Make sure that you go over there and check out that tutorial. It is amazing to me how adorable she is, and also how easily she works with wet glue without getting it all over herself. I don't know how anyone else can do that, but she is a champ. So make sure you check her out on the website there. So here is where I'm pretty sure that this is going to fall. I've got my sentiment, and that's got to be glued down first because it's going to go underneath of that shaker. And so this is just one of the journal cards that was included in that paper pad, and I used a stitched dovetail die. I'm gonna also include one of these sweet little butterflies on the back before I adhere it. So this is just going to be an extra little detail. And what I want to do is have my sentiment go all the way over for all of my other details, and that one will be captured underneath of the shaker when I adhere that. Also, I want to mention that I finished the back, so usually there's just another clear piece on the back, and so I wanted to have a little bit of a different pattern, and I just cut that with a circle die so that I could have it just the right shape to go underneath there. And so here is the position of my shaker, and I'm going to kind of just measure my printed beautiful board witch to see that everybody is going to play nice and not cover up any of the words. So I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere this now. Add this with hot glue because this is pretty heavy and I want it to be very secure. Okay, so now I've got my witch beautiful board, and I've put 2 spacers on the side because a portion of this is going to rest on the shaker itself. So I want it to be flat on the front so that it will look nice. I'm just going to remove the paper from that and add a little hot glue here so that it will be secured onto, well, wrong side. No, right side. It will be secured onto the shaker as well. So here is the witch, and she is just absolutely perfectly coordinated to that pattern paper. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is bring in a charm, and I need to attach this right about here. It's going to be coming out from underneath of the flowers, so I want to make sure that I leave room for that. Okay, so the reason I chose to do home decor with this is because I wanted to include 2 very generous size flower arrangements with the beautiful flowers that were provided to me from Renea Bouquets. And so I made my arrangements with the flowers. They are very large and dimensional and beautiful. I finished them off with some of my own die cut foliage. This is from a black glittery paper, and then I tucked in one of the small butterflies here, and then up here in this corner is a sneaky little spider. This was part of that beautiful board Cobweb corners, and so this is going to go right here. Before I add that though, I want you to notice the filler in the corner is that beautiful black lace, and so I just finger pleated that and attached it to the back of my arrangement, and so that becomes a beautiful textural detail for the corner and helps to make the arrangement a little bit larger and fill that corner in. And now you can see how it's just kind of working around that beautiful little witch. And then my second arrangement is going here at the top. I did a similar arrangement for that, but just a little bit smaller flowers. And then I put my spider down here as well. So I'm going to attach these. And so my final detail, I could not resist another one of these gorgeous butterflies, and I'm going to position that here. So when you get yours in the package, they will be flat, but you can very carefully shape them using your finger. Go very slowly and very gently so that you don't crease that paper, and then you can get that beautiful shape out of it. They already have their antenna attached to the back, and so you can just go ahead and add that to the side. Okay, so that's all for my Get Lost Under the Spell of the Moon Halloween home decor project that I created with my beautiful supplies provided to me from Renea Bouquets. Remember, you can find links to all these products in the description below, along with a link to that tutorial video on how to assemble the shaker box. If you enjoyed this project, don't forget to come back tomorrow for day 6. And the question of the day is, do you create your own decor for the holidays? So let me know that in the comment section below. You can find links to all our social media sites in the description. And if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.